You want to talk a little bit about your podcast? You have a lot of episodes on your Facebook page.
Oh yeah, I'm not actively putting out new episodes right now, but I've had three different podcasts that still are available to listen to, and they're all powerful and different. I've got the Vegan Life Coach podcast with 100 episodes. They're really great. A lot of those are coaching episodes, helping you build a healthy relationship with food and your body, and um, great tips for moving in that direction of a vegan or plant-based lifestyle. I've got the Rise and Thrive podcast where I interviewed some of the world's most incredible vegan influencers and athletes. And then the Evolution of Fitness podcast, which Sifu Lester was on, which really explored after I tore my ACL for the second time. I was like, all right, I need to do something different here. I need to slow down. Yeah, so that one's on YouTube as well.
You have any place that people can find any of your favorite food choices and your recipes?
Yeah, on sexyfitvegan.com. I've got a blog there, and you can look up. I've got a bunch of recipes on the blog. YouTube, my YouTube channel at Sexy Fit Vegan. I do some demos on there with some different food.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so yeah, my website and the blog and the YouTube would be the two top.
So here's a little bit of a dorky question.
Okay.
So if you could have dinner now with any one animal or human, let's go with the animal.
Uh-huh.
What animal would it be, and what questions would you ask them?
Oh, I think the first one that popped in my mind is a gorilla.
Gorilla.
Yeah, a gorilla because we think of, big, strong animals and we think of them needing to eat meat, and then gorillas are there eating like leaves and fruits, So
Right.
they're my vegan friends.
That's
Um,
true.
yeah. I wondered, and they're like so strong and so confident. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'd ask them how they, like I kind of be like, how would you respond? Because, people ask me, how do I get my protein? How do I get to be strong, not eat meat? I'd be like, what about you?
All right. So this will be my closing question here. So Ella, if someone was listening to us today, and let's say that they're like standing right on that edge of change, right? And they want to live a more aligned, more compassionate, and a more empowered life, but they're simply afraid to go ahead and take that leap. What's one message that you would like to leave with them today?
I think we need to keep in mind that it doesn't need to be all or nothing. A lot of times we say if we can't do it all, then forget it. I'm not going to do anything. I think
Hmm.
this is a day by day, choice by choice, really moment by moment evolution that we can create if we don't feel like overwhelmed by thinking it has to be all or nothing. Right. And when we hear vegan, sometimes we say, whoa, that's extreme. I could never do that. I hear that.
Right,
I could never do that. And my first response is, you don't have to. You don't have to.
right,
That's okay. That's okay. But maybe next time you go to pick up your fork, what's one change you can make in that meal? What's one thing you could add to your plate that you maybe
right,
never tried before? Maybe you've never tried quinoa. Like
right.
put these doors open. And people are like, it's so restrictive. And I'm like, it's actually the opposite. Because when you
Hmm.
stop being in your box, in your lane of the things you've always eaten, you say, what else could I try? The world opens up. I mean, do we know how many thousands of varieties of different vegetables and fruits and grains, ancient grains and legumes?
Hmm.
Like there are things that so many types of these foods that a lot of people have never even tried. So if we can look
Right.
at it as some kind of exciting adventure of discovering, new foods we can eat and ways we can nourish our bodies, and to see food as an act of care, an act of
Mm,
self-care, and an act of care for other beings, an act of care for animals, for other people. I mean, if we look at all the food that we're growing, all the land space that we're using to feed a few animals, to feed just a few people, when we can use all that grain and soybeans and all those foods to feed people directly. Like we're solving
right.
world hunger here. So this is a care for ourselves, for our health, for longevity, for feeling good, for energy, for detoxing, care for animals, care for other people, and care for our planet. Like it's an act of care. So if we can think of it as an act of kindness, what choice could I make, right? What's my next choice I could make that's a little more caring than the choice I made yesterday?
Baby steps.
Baby steps. Yeah, baby steps.
Yeah, I like how you said, don't think about taking things away, but what can I kind of add to that? Yeah, that's a game changer right there.
Absolutely.
So before we disperse today, please, if you would, leave our listeners some contact information. How do they get in touch with you if they want to learn more or just start following you or whatever it may be?
Yeah, so take a look at my websites. I've got one is my name.com, so ellamagers.com. That's ELLAMAGERS. And you can also email me. Ella@sexyfitvegan.com is probably the easiest one. You're welcome to reach out. Sexyfitvegan.com is my website. You can find all my Instagram, and just got on TikTok recently. I'm still trying to figure that one out. I'm like, oh God, another one. And YouTube. But yeah, I'm always happy. I respond um to every email I receive and as quickly as I can. So if you
And
have any,
Facebook, you're on Facebook.
and Facebook, yes, thank you. And I'm
You're on
obviously not
everything.
great at checking Facebook as
That's
much as
okay.
I should.